Okay, good morning students. Well, we are initiating our first YouTube live stream class. Okay, yes, here I am going to talk on the topic fertilization and implantation. Fertilization and implantation. Fertilization and implantation. Yes, we already studied the female reproductive system. Okay, we already studied the female reproductive system. Yes, let us quickly draw that one so that we can understand the today's concepts. Okay, here this is what I am drawing is the female reproductive system. Yes, see. Yes. It is a rough diagram. We already studied the detailed structure of female reproductive system in the earlier classes. I am just making a rough diagram on this. Yes. This is how the female reproductive system will be there. Okay. Here there will be ovaries. These are the ovaries. Yes, this is what the female reproductive system. Okay. Yes, we should know certain basic parts so as to understand what is fertilization and what is implantation. Okay, already 7 members are joined. That's great. Now, very good morning to all. Yes, we started today discussing on fertilization and implantation. Okay, under that we are discussing what the female reproductive system, the diagram of the female reproductive system. Yes, you should know this part. This is nothing but a vagina. Vagina. This is vagina, whereas these are ovary, and this is what fallopian tube. Okay, fallopian tube. Okay, this is fallopian tube, and here this fallopian tube is further divided into 3 main parts. There is a funnel shaped part called infundibulum. Yes, here one broad portion is there called ampulla, and this is what isthmus. Okay, isthmus. Okay, we should know these parts so as to understand the whole phenomena. Along with this, we should also know the 3 layers of the uterus. Uterus is made up of 3 layers. The outer one is perimetrium, the middle one is myometrium, whereas the innermost is the endometrium. This is what important. Endometrium. Okay, this is what the basic structure of a female reproductive system. We studied the detailed structure of this already in earlier classes. Okay. Yes, now tell me, yes, can you hear me? Yes, dear students, can you hear me? His voice is clear to you? Please comment. Can you hear me? Whether the board is clear to you? Yes, Kavya is saying yes. Already Kavya, Attar, Renuka, Tigdi already joined. Very good. Yes, I think voice is clear as well as the board is also clear to you. Okay, now let us start. Let us start our topic. Okay. Yes. First we will understand what is fertilization. Before going to understand fertilization, first let us see what do you mean by insemination. What do you mean by insemination? That we will understand. Okay. Yes, insemination. Yes, we already know the definition of insemination. Yes, during copulation, or we can also term as coitus, or we can also term as sexual intercourse. Okay, during the copulation or coitus or sexual intercourse, what happens? The sperms are released in the vagina. Okay, this is what the region where the sperms are released by the male penis. Okay, by the male penis. Okay, yes, when these sperms introduced into the vagina of the female reproductive tract, what happens? These sperms, okay, they travel, okay, they enter into the cervix. Okay, they enter into the cervix and they travel through the uterus, and even they travel through the fallopian tube, the isthmus region, and ultimately they reach the ampulla region. Okay, they reach the ampulla region where already secondary oocyte, ovum with the secondary oocyte is reached. Okay, there they get fused. Okay, yes. So this is what happens. Okay, in the regular coitus or copulation. Okay, yes. Here let us understand what is insemination. See here, during copulation or coitus, the sperms, male gamete sperms, are introduced into the vagina of the female. Okay, vagina of the female is called insemination. Okay, during copulation or coitus, sperms are released. Okay, sperms are released. Okay, by the penis into the vagina. That process or that phenomena is called, okay, that process is called insemination. That process is called insemination. Okay, yes, see, during
sperms are released. Okay, sperms are released by the penis, male external genitalia or male copulatory organ. Okay, penis. By using this penis, sperms are introduced into the vagina in this region. Okay, that process is called as the insemination. I hope you understood what is insemination. Okay, I hope you understood what is insemination. Yes, it naturally takes place like this. Okay, when sperms are released into the vagina, okay, they travel a narrow region called cervix. Okay, they travel through the narrow region called cervix, and after they enter the cervix, okay, they start traveling through the uterus. This is what the uterus. Okay, they travel through this uterus, and they keep on moving. They keep on moving. Okay, through this fallopian tube or the isthmus region, and they ultimately reach the ampulla region. Already in that region, the secondary oocyte. We can't term it as ovum now, because it is not fully matured ovum. Okay, it is now at the stage of secondary oocyte. Because it is not undergone the meiosis II. We already studied the process of oogenesis. Okay, so that is why it is not completely completed. Okay, it is not completed meiosis II. That is why it is still at the stage of what? At the stage of secondary oocyte. Okay, when sperm reaches to it, okay, so when sperm reaches to it, we know the structure of sperm. Okay, we know the structure of sperm. Okay, this is what the structure of sperm. Yes, here what happens, this is what head region, here this is acrosome, tip of the sperm. Okay, this is what a head region which contains genetic material. Okay, 23 chromosomes are here. Okay, and here this is what the neck region, that is what important here, neck region, because it contains a centriole. Okay, the secondary oocyte is not having its own centriole. Okay, so as to undergo meiosis 2, it needs a centriole provided by the sperm, okay, which is situated in the neck region of the sperm. Okay, and this is what a middle piece. We know the importance of a middle piece, isn't middle piece, importance of the middle piece, because it is containing mitochondria. It is rich in mitochondria. Okay, it is rich in mitochondria. So it makes the sperm to travel. Okay, sperm to show vigorous motility. Okay, it helps to show the sperm to vigorous motility by having mitochondria. Okay, by having mitochondria. Okay, and this is what the tail region of the sperm, which help to swim in this uterus. Okay, and reach the ovum. Okay, this is what, yes, this is what the insemination process. Okay, yes, we understood what is insemination. Okay, now let us see that let us see what is fertilization. Okay, let us see what is fertilization. Yes, we'll understand what is fertilization. Yes, the fusion of male gamete and female gamete is nothing but the fertilization. Remember, the fusion of male gamete, that is sperm, and the female gamete, that is ovum or egg, is termed as fertilization or syngamy. Okay, syngamy or fertilization. Okay, yes, here one point is very, very important. That is, not all the coitus are going to get fertilized. Okay, not all the coitus or copulations are not going to lead into fertilization and pregnancy. That is what important. Why it is so? Because the ovary should be in this ampulla region. Okay, the ovary should be ovum. So not ovary, the ovum should be in the ampulla region, and the sperm also should reach simultaneously that ampulla region, isthmus ampulla region, that is also called as ampulla isthmus region. Okay, so they should be in this region only, then only the fertilization is going to take place. Okay, note ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಪುಲೇಷನ್ಸ್ನು ಏನಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಫರ್ಟಿಲೈಜೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ ರೀ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಪುಲೇಷನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಸಹಿತ ಏನು ಫರ್ಟಿಲೈಜೇಷನ್ ಆಗಿ ಮುಂದುವರಿಯೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಪ್ರೆಗ್ನೆನ್ಸಿ ಆಗಿ ಮುಂದುವರಿಯೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾವಾಗ ಫರ್ಟಿಲೈಜೇಷನ್ ಆಕೈತಿ, ಯಾವಾಗ ಏನು ಅದು ಇದು ಇಂಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಆಕೈತಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ಏನು ಓವಮ್ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತದಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಆಂಪುಲಾ ರೀಜನ್ ರೀಚ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕ್ರಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಅದ ಮೀನ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಹೋಗ, ಅದ ಸೈಮಲ್ಟೇನಿಯಸ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮನು ಆ ರೀಜನ್ಗೆ ರೀಚ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕ್ರಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಆ ರೀಜನ್ಗೆ ರೀಚ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರಷ್ಟ ಆ ಎಗ್ಗು ಅಥವಾ ಓವಮು ಫರ್ಟಿಲೈಸ್ ಆಕೈತಿ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫರ್ಟಿಲೈಸ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ದೇ ಮೇ ಆಸ್ಕ್ ದ ಕ್ವಶನ್, why all copulations are not going to lead into fertilization and implantation. Okay, so as to undergo fertilization, ovum should be in the ampulla region. In the meantime, the sperm should also be in the in the what ampulla region, then only they undergo fertilization, later they undergo implantation. why which is so? ಯಾಕೆ ಆ ರೀತಿ ಐತ್ರಿ? ಯಾಕದು ಇಸ್ತಮಸ್ ಇದು ಆಂಪುಲರಿ ರೀಜನ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಇರಬೇಕು? ಓಕೆ, ಸಪೋಸ್ ಓಮ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿತ್ತು ಅಥವಾ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿತ್ತು, ಅವಾಗ ಫರ್ಟಿಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಆಕೈತೇನ್ರಿ? ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಓಮ್ದ ಲೈಫ್ ಸ್ಪ್ಯಾನ್ ಏನಿರ್ತದಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಓನ್ಲಿ 1 day. ಓಮ್ಸ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಸ್ಪ್ಯಾನ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ 1 day. ಓಕೆ, ಒಂದು ದಿನ ಮಾತ್ರ ಇರ್ತದೆ ರೀ ಓಮ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಸ್ಪ್ಯಾನ್. ಸೊ ಆ ಒಂದು ದಿನದ ಅವಧಿ ಒಳಗೆ ಅದು ಎಂಪುಲಾ ರೀಜನನ್ನು ರೀಚ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ ರೀ. ಓಕೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಡೇ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಮುಂದೆ ಬರ್ಬೋದು, ಬಟ್ ಅಷ್ಟೊತ್ತಿಗೆ ಅದರ ಲೈಫ್ ಸ್ಪ್ಯಾನ್ ಏನಾಗಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿರ್ತೈತಿ, ಎಂಡ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತೈತಿ. ಆ ನಂತರ ಅದು ಡೈ ಆಗಿಬಿಡ್ತದೆ ರೀ. ದ ಓಮ್ ಈಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಡೈ. After the death of the ovum, if sperm reach, that is of no use. Okay, that is why the condition is they should both should be there. Okay, both, even sperm should also be at this region only. Okay, ಈಗ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಓಮ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದೈತಿ, ಬಟ್ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಆ ಟೈಮ್ನಾಗ ಸೆಕ್ಸುವಲ್ ಇಂಟರ್ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಥವಾ ಕ್ವೈಟಸ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ಒಂದು 2 ದಿನನೋ 3 ದಿನನೋ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಂತರ ಕ್ವೈಟಸ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊರಿ. ಅವಾಗ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ ವೆಜೈನಾ ಅಥವಾ ಯುಟ್ರಸ್ಸನ್ನು ಎಂಟರ್ ಆಯಿತು, ಅವಾಗನೂ ಏನಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಫರ್ಟಿಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಇಂಪ್ಲಾಂಟೇಷನ್ನು ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ಎಸ್. ಸೊ ಇದು ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಇದು ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ರೀ. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ದ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಡ್ ಟು ಬಿಕಮ್ ಫರ್ಟಿಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಂಪ್ಲಾಂಟೇಷನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಎಸ್. ಹಿಯರ್ ವಿ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಇನ್ಸೆಮಿನೇಷನ್ and what is fertilization and what are the conditions required for fertilization. Okay, yes sir. Our day we already understood the menstrual cycle. Then now tell me, on what day this ovum should be exactly at the ampulla region? Now tell me. ಈಗ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ನಾವು ಮೆನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರುವಲ್ ಸೈಕಲನ್ನು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡೇವ್ರಿ. ಓಕೆ, ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಯಾವ ಟೈಮ್ನಾಗ ಇದು ಓವಮು ಆಂಪುಲಾ ರೀಜನ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ ಅಂಥೇಳಿ, ಯಾವ ದಿವಸ. ಓಕೆ, ಹೇಳಿ ನೋಡೋಣ. ಎಸ್, ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಕಮೆಂಟ್. ಲೆಟ್ ಮಿ ಚೆಕ್. ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಕಮೆಂಟ್. ಎಸ್, ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ ರೇಣುಕಾ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ 14th day. ಓಕೆ, 14th day 11 to 15 day ಅಂತ ಕಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡತ್ತಾರೆ. ಬೆಟರ್ ಬಿ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ಆನ್ 14th day. 13th to 14th to 15th. These 3 days are considered as a dangerous period. Okay, dangerous period ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. 13, 14, 15 ಇದನ್ನು ಡೇಂಜರಸ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೋ. ಆ ಟೈಮ್ನಾಗ ಓವರ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ ಈ ಆಂಪುಲಾ ರೀಜನ್ ಒಳಗಿರ್ತೈತಿ ರೀ. ಆಂಪುಲರಿ ಇಸ್ತಮಸ್ ರೀಜನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ದಿಸ್ ರೀಜನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಅವಾಗ ಅದನ್ನು ಡೇಂಜರಸ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸಪೋಸ್ ಇಫ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಕಪುಲೇಷನ್ ಟೇಕ್ಸ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಆರ್ ಕ್ವೈಟಸ್ ಟೇಕ್ಸ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್, ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಮೋರ್ ಚಾನ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಮೋರ್ ಚಾನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್ ಟು ಫರ್ಟಿಲೈಸ್. ಹಾಗಾದರೆ ಯಾರು ಮಗು ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನುವಂತಹ ಕಪಲ್ಸ್ ಏನಿರ್ತಾರಲ್ರಿ, ದೇ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ active in copulation at those days, 13th, 14th and 15th day. Okay, though who want to avoid unwanted pregnancy, okay, though who don't want a pregnancy, they should avoid copulation during these days. It is not compulsory that to avoid copulation, better they can use some devices to prevent the pregnancy. Okay, even though they can have copulation by using condoms or any other devices, we can avoid the meeting of this sperm to ovum. By that means also we can stop the pregnancy. We'll talk about this chapter in the next forthcoming sessions. Okay, human health and hygiene. In this chapter, on that chapter, we are going to talk about those techniques to how to avoid unwanted pregnancy. Okay, yes. Dear students, are you comfortable with this feature of YouTube Live? Because we are taking classes on other apps. Now we shifted to this feature of YouTube. Is that okay to you? Is that okay to you? Tell me. Yes, very good. That's fine. Yes. Now we understood what is insemination and what is fertilization. Okay. Now let us see what happens. Now let us see what happens when sperm meet the ovum. Okay, exactly in this ampulla region. What is going to happen? That what we are going to discuss now. Okay. Yes. Yes. For that purpose, we should know the structure of ovum. Okay. For that, we should know the structure of ovum. Okay. This is what ovum, or we can also call it as egg. Okay. It has many different layers. Okay. It has many different layers. Okay. Let us see what are those layers and how the egg is. Okay, let us see the structure of ovum. Okay. I am drawing the structure of ovum or egg now. Okay, now let us see what happens when sperm meets the ovum. Yes. Yes, this ovum or egg is having many different layers. Okay, this is having many different layers. This is what the structure of an ovum. Okay, when it is released from the ovary, this is what the structure of the ovum, and the outermost layer of ovum is called the cells of corona radiata. Okay, the cells of corona radiata. See, the ovum's outermost structure is just like our coronavirus. Okay, that is why the term is used as a corona radiata. Okay, corona means simply crown. It appears like a crown. Okay, that is why such words are used. Okay, yes. Now this is what corona radiata. Next to corona radiata, there is one more layer called zona pellucida. Next to corona radiata, there is one important layer on the egg or ovum called zona pellucida. Okay, zona pellucida is the one of the important layer. Okay, then next to zona pellucida, okay, next to zona pellucida, there is a there is a perivitelline space. Okay, next to zona pellucida, there is a perivitelline space. Perivitelline space, and next to that layer, there is a ovum or egg which is having a free nucleus. Okay, which is having a free nucleus. Okay, now at this stage, egg is not completely matured now. At this stage, egg is not completely matured. Okay, egg is at the secondary oocyte stage. It is not still undergone meiosis 2. It is not still undergone meiosis 2. Okay, still it need to undergo meiosis 2. That is possible only when the sperm reaches the ovum. When sperm enters the ovum, it gives its centriole to the ovum. By using that centriole, it completes its meiosis 2, and then it get fertilized. Okay, yes sir. Now let's see what happens to the sperm when reaches the ovum. See, usually this is how the sperms will reach the ovum. Okay, ovum, they need to penetrate, okay, they need to penetrate this corona radiata. That is not a difficult task for sperms. They can easily enter into the corona radiata and they reach the what, zona pellucida. See what happens, there were 200 to 300 millions of sperms, okay. When sperms are released, their number is 200 to 300 million, okay. There is a huge number of sperms, okay. That is not possible for all sperms to reach the ovum, okay. Many of will die during the journey itself. Many of the sperms may go this side, this fallopian tube, many of they may go to the fallopian tube where the ovum is there, like that. Many of will die, but ultimately few sperms will reach the what, ovum, okay. Few sperms will reach the ovum, which are highly potent, active, vigorous, a good qualityed sperm will reach the ovum, okay. Yes, when more number of sperm reach the ovum, then the question arises that whether all the sperm enter the ovum. No, the mechanism should be like that. Only one sperm should enter the ovum. Let's see how it is possible for that. For one sperm enters the ovum, okay. Let's see. I already told that around the ovum or egg there is one important layer called zona pellucida, okay, which is next to the cells of corona radiata. When sperm enter the cells of corona radiata, and when they reach this layer zona pellucida, what happens? Okay, when one active sperm reaches the, okay, zona pellucida, the acrosome of the sperm is containing some lysing enzymes, okay, some hydrolytic enzymes, okay. When by the help of those enzymes, what happens? It make a spore in the zona pellucida, and that sperm will enter into the ovum and reach the perivitelline space. At this moment, the zona pellucida will undergo some chemical changes, okay. The zona pellucida membrane will undergo certain changes, okay. So that induces to block the entry of further sperms, okay. When one sperm enter the zona pellucida, okay, what happens? It induces the zona pellucida membrane to block the other sperms to not enter into the sperm. Certain chemical changes will take place in that layer. So because of that, it blocks the entry of the further sperms. Okay, notri yavaga sperm corona radiate cells ಅನ್ನು ದಾಟಿ zona pellucidaವನ್ನು ರೀಚ್ ಆಕೈತಿ. ಅದರ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ ಅಕ್ರೋಸೋಮ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಸರ್ಟನ್ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಲೈಟಿಕ್ ಎಂಜೈಮ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾವ್ರಿ, ಓಕೆ. ಅವನ್ನ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೈತ್ರಿ. ಅದು ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಂತಲೇ ಅಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಪೋರ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಕೈತಿ. ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಏನಾಕೈತ್ರಿ ಒಳಗೆ ಓಮ್ ಲೇಯರ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಎಂಟರ್ ಆಗಕ್ಕೆ ಪಾಸಿಬಲ್ ಆಕೈತ್ರಿ. ಒಂದು ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ ಎಂಟರ್ ಆತಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೋರಿ, ಅಷ್ಟು ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕನ ಅದು ಜೋನಾ ಪೆಲೋಸಿಡಾ ಲೇಯರನ್ನು ಇಂಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೈತ್ರಿ, ಪ್ರಚೋದನೆ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೈತಿ. ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಸರ್ಟನ್ ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ ನಂತರ ಬೇರೆ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ಗಳು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಳಗೆ ಎಂಟರ್ ಆಗಿರಬಾರ್ದ್ರಿ. ಹಂಗೆ ಸರ್ಟನ್ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳಕ್ಕೆ ಅದು ಇಂಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೈತ್ರಿ. ಸೊ ಜೋನಾ ಪೆಲೋಸಿಡಾ will undergo so many such changes and blocks the further entry of the sperms. This is how it is possible for one sperm to enter the ovum, okay, because one sperm is containing 23 number of chromosomes. Haploid set of chromosomes is there in a sperm, as well as haploid set of chromosomes are there in the ovum. Only after fusion of these two cells the number is going to be diploid, okay. If two or more sperm enter into the same ovum, it will create so many complications, okay, so as to avoid such complication, our reproductive system has devised certain mechanism, chemical mechanism. That is what the beauty of fertilization. Okay, that's what the beauty of fertilization. Okay. Now the sperm entered into the periuterine space. Okay, now sperm entered into the periuterine space. After that, what it enters into the cytoplasm. Okay, it enters into the cytoplasm of the ovum. There it gives its centriole. Okay, sperm gives its centriole, which is situated at the neck region of the sperm. Okay, in the neck region of the sperm there is a centriole, okay, which is required for that secondary oocyte to undergo meiosis II. Okay, it provides that centriole to the ovum. By using that centriole, the secondary oocyte, and it completes its meiosis II, not meiosis II. Okay, it completes its meiosis II. After completion of meiosis II, again there will be formation of two cells. Again there will be formation of two cells. Can you name those two cells? Yes, please. After completion of meiosis II, okay, the secondary oocyte will become into two cells. Can you name those two cells? Yes, comment please. Can you name those two cells? Okay, after the completion of meiosis II. Yes, please. Let me see. Not getting? See, after completion of meiosis II, okay, after completion of meiosis II, the secondary oocyte will become into ootid. Okay, already comments are there. Okay, secondary polar body. One cell is going to become into secondary polar body. Okay, and another cell is going to become into ootid. That later become into mature ovum. Okay, yes, that polar body, the secondary polar body, which is having no nutritious, okay, yolk or any other cytoplasm. That is why it is going to degenerate. Its function is not yet understood exactly. Okay, it is going to just degenerate, and whatever the ootid is formed, the another cell, whatever ootid is formed, which is having a nutritious yolk as well as a cytoplasm, so as to provide nutrition to the next becoming embryo. Okay, ಮುಂದೇನು ಎಂಬ್ರಿಯೋ ಆಗತ್ತಲ್ರಿ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕಂತ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಿಷನ್ ಕೊಡೋ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ ಅದು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸೆಲ್ ಇರ್ತೈತಲ್ಲ ಊಟಿಡ್ಡು, ಅದು ಎಲ್ಲ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಿಷನ್ನು ಯೋಕು ಅದೆಲ್ಲನ್ನ ಹೊಂದಿರ್ತೈತಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಎಸ್, ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ how this secondary oocyte will complete its meiosis II. Yes, after completion of it become into ovum now it is a ovum or mature ovum. Then what happens? The free nuclei of the sperm, okay, free nuclei of the sperm and free nuclei of the egg, okay, they get fused to each other. Then what happens? That is what fertilization. Or syngamy, because the male nuclei genetic material and the female nuclei genetic material is getting fusing. Okay, now the cell become diploid. That condition is called zygote. Okay, that condition is called zygote. Zygote is a single celled diploid cell. Single cell adu zygote ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಒಂದು single cell ರೀ, but it is diploid in nature. Okay, every human's life will start from that single cell. Okay, that single cell diploid condition, zygote. Okay, every human's life is started from that single cell. We call it as a zygote. After the formation of zygote, what will happen next to it? Let us see. Okay, yes, I hope all the points up to now are clear to you. I hope all the points up to now are clear to you. Okay, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಟ್ಟ ಏನೇನು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆವು ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗ್ಯದ ರೀ? ಯಾರೇ ನೋಡೋಣ. ಎಸ್ ಅನ್ನತ್ತಾರ, ಮಟರ್ ಎಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರ, ಶ್ವೇತಾ ಇಸ್ ಸೇಯಿಂಗ್ ಎಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ವಾಟ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಅದರ್ಸ್? All points regarding this are clear to you? Okay, good. Okay, good. Yes. Now let's see what happens to this zygote. After formation of zygote, see zygote, this is what a zygote now. The fusion of male and female gamete will become into zygote. Okay, now the zygote is at ampulla region. Zygote is at ampulla region. After formation of zygote, it will tend to move towards the uterus. It will tend to move towards the uterus. It will start traveling in the isthmus region. Okay, it will start traveling in the isthmus region. Okay, yes, during this journey it undergoes cell division. Okay, during this journey it will undergo cell division. Now tell me what kind of cell division it is going to undergo? What kind of cell division it is going to undergo? Now tell me. Yes, comment please. What kind of cell division it is going to undergo? Whether mitotic division or meiotic division, you have to tell. Yes, mitosis. Shweta is commenting as mitosis. Renuka is commenting as a mitosis. Okay, yes, it is going to undergo mitosis. Okay, mitosis saketre. Yes, see what kind of mitosis we are going to takes place. A simple mitotic division will takes place to that in the zygote. Okay, first it undergo first mitotic division. Okay, this is what a zygote now. Zygote. Okay, with one single nucleus. It is a single cell. Yes, initially it undergo first mitotic division called cleavage, and it become into two celled stage. Okay, two celled. After that this cell will undergo again mitotic division. Okay, it becomes into four celled. Okay, these kind of divisions are called cleavage. Okay, now it becomes four celled. After that this cleavage will undergo what? 8 celled. Okay, it reaches the 8 celled. The mitotic divisions will continue, keep on continue. Okay, it reach to 8 celled. Okay, then after that it becomes 16 celled. Okay, the 8 celled to 16 celled stage is called morula. Okay, almost up to this region. Okay, the egg will become into what? It reach the morula stage. Morula. Okay, morula stage. Okay, first to zygote. zygote ಇದ್ದದ್ದು ಏನಾತ್ರಿ ಕ್ಲೀವೇಜ್ಗೆ ಒಳಗಾತ. ಕ್ಲೀವೇಜ್ ಡಿವಿಷನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಒಂದು ಸೆಲ್ ಇದ್ದದ್ದು 2 ಸೆಲ್ ಆಯ್ತು, 2 ಇದ್ದದ್ದು 4 ಸೆಲ್ ಆಯ್ತು, 4 ಇದ್ದದ್ದು 8 ಆಯ್ತು, 8 ಇದ್ದದ್ದು 16 ಸೆಲ್ ಆಯ್ತು ರೀ. ಈ 8ರಿಂದ 16 ಸೆಲ್ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ಏನೈತಲ್ಲ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ? ಮಾರುಲಾ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಮಾರುಲಾ. ಓಕೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಆ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಏನು ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗತ್ತವಲ್ಲ ಅವಕ್ಕೆ ಬ್ಲಾಸ್ಟೋಮಿಯರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. whatever the cells are forming inside here, they are termed as blastomeres. Okay, blastomere. Okay, blastomeres. Okay, now 8 blastomere to 16 blastomere stage is called morula. And again this morula will undergo further divisions and it become to what? Blastocyst. Okay, it become to what? Blastocyst. ಅದೇನಾಕೈತೆ? ಬ್ಲಾಸ್ಟೋಸಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಕೈತಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಬ್ಲಾಸ್ಟೋಸಿಸ್ಟ್. ದ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಆಫ್ ಬ್ಲಾಸ್ಟೋಸಿಸ್ಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕ್ವೈಟ್ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಬ್ಲಾಸ್ಟೋಸಿಸ್ಟ್. ಎಸ್,
outside the, see, outside the blastocyst, there is one layer called tropoblast. Tropoblast. Outside the blastocyst, outside the blastocyst, the outer layer is called tropoblast. And inside there is a group of certain cells. Inside there is a group of certain cells called inner cell mass, which are attached to the one side of the tropoblasts. This is what inner cell mass. Inner cell mass, ICM, inner cell mass. This condition is called blastocyst. After becoming into blastocyst, okay, after becoming into blastocyst, this ovum will reach the endometrium of the uterus. It reaches the endometrium of the uterus. After reaching the endometrium, it get embedded in the cells and tissues of endometrium. Okay, after reaching the endometrium, the blastocyst will get embedded. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಹೂತು ಹೋಗೋದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವಲ್ರಿ, ಎಂಡೋಮೆಟ್ರಿಯಮ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಅದೇನಾಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತೈತಿ, ಹೂತು ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತೈತಿ. ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಇಂಪ್ಲಾಂಟೇಷನ್. ಓಕೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಫಸ್ಟು ಝೈಗೋಟ್ ಇತ್ತು. ಝೈಗೋಟ್ ಇದ್ದದ್ದು ಸೆಲ್ ಡಿವಿಷನ್ ಹಾಕೊಂತ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. 2 ಸೆಲ್ಡು, 4 ಸೆಲ್ಡು, 8 ಸೆಲ್ಡು, 16 ಸೆಲ್ಡ್. ಆ 8 ಸೆಲ್ ಟು 16 ಸೆಲ್ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ಅನ್ಕೊಡ್ದೆ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಇಸ್ತಮಸ್ ಎಂಡಿಗೆ ಬಂದಿತ್ತು. ಅದು ಇಸ್ತಮಸ್ ಎಂಡಿಗೆ ಬಂದಿತ್ತು, ಫೆಲೋಪಿಯನ್ ಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಎಂಡಿಗೆ ಬಂದಿತ್ತು. ಆ ಒಂದು ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ಗೆ ಮಾರುಲ್ಲಾ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ರೀ. ಮಾರುಲ್ಲಾ ಇದ್ದದ್ದು ಮತ್ತೆ ಫರ್ದರ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಡಿವಿಷನ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಗಿ ಏನಾಗಿ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗ್ತದ, ಬ್ಲಾಸ್ಟೋಸಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಯ್ತು. ಬ್ಲಾಸ್ಟೋಸಿಸ್ಟದ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಹೆಂಗೈತಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದರ ಔಟರ್ ಲೇಯರ್ಗೆ ಟ್ರೋಪೋಬ್ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂತೀವಿ. ಅದರ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್ ಏನಾಯ್ತಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸರ್ಟನ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗೈತ್ರಿ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇನ್ನರ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ದಟ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಬ್ಲಾಸ್ಟೋಸಿಸ್ಟ್. ದಿಸ್ ಬ್ಲಾಸ್ಟೋಸಿಲ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಅಲ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ಲಿ ರೀಚ್ ದ endometrium of the uterus and it is get embedded in the cells of the endometrium. That condition is called implantation. ಅವಾಗ ಅದ implantation ಆಯಿತು ಅಂತ ಕರೆಸ್ಕೊತತಿ. Okay, yes, this is what all about fertilization and implantation. Okay, then how to define implantation? See, after becoming into blastocyst, that blastocyst will go and fuses with the endometrium. That blastocyst go and attaches with the endometrium, wall of the endometrium of the uterus, and there it get embedded by the endometrial cells or tissues. That condition is called implantation. I hope all the points up to now what we discussed are all clear to you. Okay, is that, tell me, does all points up to now what we discussed are clear to you? Tell me. Yes, please comment. Okay, so here in this video we understood fertilization as well as implantation. Okay, all of you are saying clear, sir. Okay, clear. Okay, okay, good. Yes, yes, clear, you are saying. Okay, with this we'll complete this concept, that is fertilization and implantation. Okay, in the next session we will continue what is pregnancy and what is embryonic development. Okay, yes, here we need to talk about one more small concept, that is sex determination. Okay, because this is what the moment where the baby's sex is determined. Okay, when the sex of the baby is determined, when sperm free nuclei fuses with the free nuclei of the egg. Okay, at that moment sex of the baby is determined. Okay, decided that at that time the sex of the baby is determined. Okay, we already know that phenomena. Okay, now we'll understand
that concept also here. It's also important here. Okay. Yes, we already know few points regarding this. Let us sum up it. Okay. See, in case of female, how many chromosomes are there? In case of female, 46 chromosomes are there, as well as in case of males also. See, in female also 46 chromosome, in case of males also 46 chromosome. Among these 46 chromosome, okay, 44 chromosomes are related to somatic characteristics, okay, body related characteristics. Only 2 chromosomes are related to sex. Okay, what are those 2 sex related chromosomes in case of female? In case of female, those sex related chromosomes are XX. Okay, sex related chromosomes are XX. Okay, whereas in case of males, 44 chromosomes are responsible for the somatic characteristics, okay, body related characteristics, and 2 chromosomes are related for sex. Okay, those chromosomes are XY. ಓಕೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಹೆಣ್ಣು ಮಕ್ಕಳ ದೇಹದಲ್ಲಿ 44 ಪ್ಲಸ್ XX ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಕ್ರೋಮೋಸೋಮ್ ಅದಾವೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ಪುರುಷರಲ್ಲಿ ಮೇಲ್ಸ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಓಕೆ 44 ಪ್ಲಸ್ XY ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಕ್ರೋಮೋಸೋಮ್ ಅದಾವೆ. ಓಕೆ, XY ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಕ್ರೋಮೋಸೋಮ್ ಅದಾವು. ನಾವೀಗ ಸೆಕ್ಸ್ ಕ್ರೋಮೋಸೋಮ್ಸ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಫೋಕಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದಾದರೆ ಫೀಮೇಲ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಒಳಗೆ ಇರುವಂಥ 2 ಕ್ರೋಮೋಸೋಮ್ಗಳು XA. ಓಕೆ, ಫಿಮೇಲ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಒಳಗೆ ಇರುವಂಥ 2 ಕ್ರೋಮೋಸೋಮ್ ಏನವು ಎಕ್ಸ್ನ. ಹೀಗಾಗಿ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಗೆಮೆಟ್ ಮೇ ಫಾರ್ಮ್, ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಓಮ್ ಮೇ ಫಾರ್ಮ್, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಕ್ರೋಮೋಸೋಮ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ. ಓಮ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಕ್ರೋಮೋಸೋಮ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ. Okay, but in case of males there are 2 sex related chromosomes. One is X, another one is Y. That is why there is a 50% chance of having X chromosome in a sperm. Okay, and 50% of sperms might be having Y chromosome. Okay, Y chromosome. 50% sperm X chromosome ಅನ್ನು ಹೊಂದಿರ್ತಾವು, 50% Y chromosome ಅನ್ನು ಹೊಂದಿರ್ತಾವು. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಮೇಲ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಒಳಗೆ X ಮತ್ತು Y chromosome ಅನ್ನುವಂಥವು ಅದಾವು. Now how the sex is determined? Among these 2 percentage of sperms, which sperm will go and fuses with the egg, that will decide the sex of the baby. Okay, if a sperm with a X chromosome reaches the ovum, then what happens? The sex chromosome will become XX, then the baby will become into female. Okay, if the sperm with the chromosome Y go and fuses with the ovum, then the chromosome will become XY, then the baby will become into boy. This will become into boy, this will become into girl. Okay, that is why it is scientifically considered that the sex of the baby is determined by father. Sex of the baby is determined by father, not by mother, because on father side only there were different types of chromosome, X chromosome as well as Y chromosome. Okay, I hope this is clear to you. Okay, who is responsible for the sex of the baby? Father is responsible for the sex of the baby, but that is also not under his control. We should consider this point. That is also not under his control, because for every ejaculation 200 million to 300 million sperms are released in the vagina. So there may be a chance of fusing of X chromosome, 50% chance of fusing of X chromosome and 50% of chance of fusing of Y chromosome. It is just like a toss. It may go head or it may go tail. It may go head continuously like that, or it may go tail like that. Okay, so that's why it is ultimately one supernatural power might be playing with us. Okay, yes, which is not exactly under anybody's control. Okay, the sex of the baby is purely a natural phenomena. I hope this is also clear to you. Okay, yes. Tell me, are you clear? Yes, good. Okay, I hope you really enjoyed this video. Okay, this is the live class on YouTube live streaming. This was my first experience. Okay, if I committed any mistakes, please forgive me, and please encourage me by giving comments, okay, and feedbacks. Feedback in the YouTube itself. Okay. Yes. Now, how twins are born? Okay, that is what Vaishnavi question. That is what a very fantastic question. Okay, which is really essential now. Okay, we'll understand that too. Okay, see here. This is what the structure of female reproductive system. There. Let us see what happened. One ovum fuses with one sperm. One ovum fused with one sperm that become into zygote. Okay, here see what happens after becoming into zygote. The cell will undergo first cleavage, where in naturally what happens, it will become into two-celled condition. But sometimes due to any hormonal or any some influence, what happens, this undergo four-celled cleavage. Okay, ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಇನಿಷಿಯಲಿ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಲೀವೇಜ್ ಆಗಿ ಎರಡು ಸೆಲ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು ರೀ, ಒಂದು ಝೈಗೋಟದಿಂದ ಎರಡು ಸೆಲ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು. ಏನೋ ಸಮ್ ಹಾರ್ಮೋನಲ್ ಇನ್ಫ್ಲೂಯೆನ್ಸು ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಒಂದು ಸೆಲ್ ಇದು ಎರಡು ಸೆಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಆಗೋ ಬದಲಿ ಒಮ್ಮೆ 4 ಸೆಲ್ ಆತ್ರಿ. ಇನಿಷಿಯಲಿ ಇಟ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಗಾನ್ 4-celled ಸ್ಟೇಜ್. ಅಲ್ಲಿ 2 ಸೆಲ್ ಇದ್ದದ್ದು 4 ಆಕಿತ್ತು, 4 ಇದ್ದದ್ದು 8 ಆಕಿತ್ತು, 8 ಇದ್ದದ್ದು 16 ಆಕಿತ್ತು ರೀ. ಈಗ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಡಬಲ್ ಹಾಕೋಂತ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತೈತಿ. 4-celled to 8-celled, 8-celled to 16-celled, 16-celled to 32-celled. In such condition, what happens? A single sperm is there, a single ovum is there. Genetic material is entirely same, but the same zygote will going to develop into 2 embryos now. 2 embryos. It going to develop into 2 embryos. Okay, and such type of twins are said to be what? Identical twins. They are exactly mirror images. Okay, they are exactly mirror images, and more than 90% of similarity is there in such twins. Okay, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಕಲ್ ಟ್ವಿನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತಾರ್ರಿ, ಮೆಟರ್ನಲ್ ಟ್ವಿನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತಾರೋ. ಓಕೆ, ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಕಲ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ಅವ್ರ, ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಕಲ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೋ. ಮೋರ್ ದೆನ್ 90% ಸಿಮಿಲಾರಿಟಿ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ, ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡಿಂಗ್ ದೇರ್ ಫಿಂಗರ್ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್, ತಂಬ್ ಫಿಂಗರ್ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಅಷ್ಟರ ಮಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಕಲ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಒಂದು ಬೇಬಿ ಬಾಯ್ ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಬೇಬಿನೂ ಬಾಯ್ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ, ಒಂದು ಬೇಬಿ ಗರ್ಲ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಗರ್ಲ್ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ, ಒಂದು ಟಾಲ್ ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಟಾಲ್ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ, ಒಂದು ಫೇರ್ ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಫೇರ್ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ. ಭಾಳಷ್ಟು ಸಿಮಿಲಾರಿಟಿ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ದೇ ಆರ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಎ ಮಿರರ್ ಇಮೇಜಸ್. ನಾವು ಕನ್ನಡಿ ಮುಂದೆ ನಿಂತಾಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಬಿಂಬ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಲ್ಲ ಹಾಗೆ ಅವರು ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾರೋ, ಅಷ್ಟರ ಮಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಸಿಮಿಲಾರಿಟಿ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಎಸ್, ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಒನ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಇದು ಒಂದೇ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮು ಒಂದೇ ಓಮ್ ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಒಂದೇ ಝೈಗೋಟ್ದಿಂದ 2 ಟ್ವಿನ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆದಾಗ ಈ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಆಕೈತೆ ರೀ. ಓಕೆ, ಈಗ ಅದೇ ಸಪೋಸ್ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಒಂದು ಓಮ್ ಬಂದೈತೆ ರೀ. ಓಕೆ, ಯಾವುದು ಈ ಓವರಿಯಿಂದ by some hormonal influence or some conditions. Okay, what happens, this ovary is released one ovum that reached the ampulla, and in the meantime suppose this ovary also releases one more ovum. Okay, and that also reached ampulla. Okay, there were two ovums now, second 2 oocytes now. In such condition, what happens? Sperms are in millions. Okay, 200 to 300 million. Okay, some sperms go this fallopian tube, and some sperms will go to this fallopian tube. Here what happens? There is a chance of getting both the ovum to fertilize. In such condition, 2 ovum ಅಥವಾ ಸೆಕೆಂಡರಿ ಓವ್ ಸೈಟು ಫರ್ಟಿಲೈಸ್ ಆಗೋ ಪ್ರೊಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಇರ್ತೈತೆ ರೀ. ಇದು ಬಂದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಆಕತಿ, ಇದು ಬಂದು ಇಂಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಆಕತಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮು. See, consider here there were two different sperms and two different ovums are getting fertilizing. Okay, such a type of twins are called paternal twins. ಪೆಟರ್ನಲ್ ಟ್ವಿನ್ಸ್, ಭ್ರಾತೃ ಅವಧಿಗಳಂತಾರ್ರಿ ಇವರಿಗೆ. ಮೊದಲಿಗೆ ನಾವು ನೋಡಿದ್ವಲ್ಲ ಮಾತೃ ಅವಧಿಗಳಂತ ಕರೆದಿದ್ವಿ, ಐಡೆಂಟಿಕಲ್ ಟ್ವಿನ್ಸ್. ಇವರಿಗೆ ಭ್ರಾತೃ ಅವಧಿಗಳು, ಫೆಟರ್ನಲ್ ಟ್ವಿನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೋ. ಓಕೆ, ಇವರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು 60% ಸಿಮಿಲಾರಿಟಿ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ. ಈ ಟೈಪ್ ಟ್ವಿನ್ಸ್ ಒಳಗೆ 60% ಸಿಮಿಲಾರಿಟಿ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ಏನಾಗ್ಬೋದು, ಬಾಯ್ ಇದ್ದು ಒಂದು ಗರ್ಲ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು ರೀ. ಓಕೆ, ಎರಡೂ ಬಾಯ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಓಕೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಎರಡೂ ಗರ್ಲ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಓಕೆ, ಒಂದು ವೈಟ್ ಇದ್ದು ಒಂದು ಫೇರ್ ಇದ್ದು ಒಂದು ಡಾರ್ಕ್ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು ರೀ. ಒಂದು ಟಾಲ್ ಇದ್ದು ಒಂದು ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಓಕೆ, ಒಂದು 60% ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಹೋಲಿಕೆ ಇರ್ತೈತೆ ರೀ. ಒಂದು ಗಂಡು ಮಗು ಇದ್ದು ಒಂದು ಹೆಣ್ಣು ಮಗು ಇರ್ಬೋದು ರೀ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ they were taking birth from two different ovums and two different sperms. That is why their genetic material is quite different. Small differences are there. That is why there are differences in them. I hope this point is clear to you. ಮತ್ತೆ sometimes twin ಏನ್ರಿ ಟ್ರಿಪ್ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗ್ತಾವ್ರಿ. ಮೂರು ಜನ ಮಕ್ಕಳೆಲ್ಲ ಹುಡ್ತಾವ. ಅವು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಐತ್ರಿ? ಒಂದು ಸ್ಪರ್ಮು ಒಂದು ಜೈಗೋಟ್ ಇತ್ತಲ್ರಿ, ಒಂದು ಜೈಗೋಟು ಅದು ಏನಾಯಿತು, ಮೆಟರ್ನಲ್ ಟ್ವಿನ್ ಆಯ್ತು. ಒಂದು ಜೈಗೋಟ್ದಿಂದ 2 ಬೇಬಿ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆದವು ರೀ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಜೈಗೋಟ್ದಿಂದ 1 ಬೇಬಿ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಯ್ತು. ಅವಾಗ ಟ್ರಿಪ್ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹುಡ್ತಾವ್ರಿ. ಸಮ್ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ 4 ಮಕ್ಕಳೆಲ್ಲ ಹುಡ್ತಾವ್ರಿ. ಅವು ಹೆಂಗೆ, ಈ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಪರ್ಮು, ಈ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದನೂ ಒಂದು ಜೈಗೋಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಐತಲ್ರಿ, ಅದು ಡಬಲ್ ಆಯ್ತಾ. ಈ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದನೂ ಜೈಗೋಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ರಿ, ಅದು ಡಬಲ್ ಆಯ್ತು. ಓಕೆ, ಅದು ಐಡೆಂಟಿಕಲ್ ಟ್ವಿನ್ಸು, ಇದು ಐಡೆಂಟಿಕಲ್ ಟ್ವಿನ್ಸ್ ಆತಂದ್ರೆ 4 ಬೇಬೀಸ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗ್ತವೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಎಸ್ ಸರ್ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಕಲ್ ಟ್ವಿನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನತ್ತಾರ ಶ್ವೇತಾ. ಓಕೆ, ಐಡೆಂಟಿಕಲ್ ಟ್ವಿನ್ಸ್ ಏನು ಆಕೈತಿ, ಹೆಂಗೆ ಆಕೈತಿ? ಓಕೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಝೈಗೋಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆತ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, zygote form ಆತ. ಓಕೆ, ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ದ ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೇಲ್ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫಿಮೇಲ್ ಗೆಮೆಟ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಝೈಗೋಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆತ. ಇನಿಷಿಯಲಿ ಅದು ಒಂದು ಕ್ಲೀವೇಜ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕಾಗೈತ್ರಿ. ಒಂದು ಕ್ಲೀವೇಜ್ ಆಗಿ 2 ಸೆಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕಾಗೈತ್ರಿ. ಒಂದು ಕ್ಲೀವೇಜ್ ಆಗೋ ಬದಲಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗನ 2 ಕ್ಲೀವೇಜ್ ಆತ್ರಿ. 2 ಕ್ಲೀವೇಜ್, 2 ಸೆಲ್ ಆಗೋ ಬದಲಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗನ 4 ಸೆಲ್ ಆತ್ರಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಯೂಶ್ವಲಿ 2 ಸೆಲ್ ಆದರೆ 2 ಸೆಲ್ ಇದ್ದದ್ದು 4 ಸೆಲ್ಲು, 4 ಸೆಲ್ ಇದ್ದದ್ದು 8 ಸೆಲ್ ಆಕೈತೆ ರೀ. ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ 4 ಸೆಲ್ ಆಗೈತಲ್ಲ, ಒಮ್ಮೆಲೆ ಅದು 8 ಸೆಲ್ಲು 16 ಸೆಲ್ಲು, ಡಬ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸೆಲ್ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ವಿಲ್ ಟೇಕ್ಸ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್. Under such condition, okay, a single zygote will form 2 different embryos. ಓಕೆ, ಅವಾಗ ಒಂದು ಝೈಗೋಟದಿಂದ 2, ಒಂದು ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್, ಒಂದು ಓಮ್, ಒಂದು ಝೈಗೋಟದಿಂದ 2 ಎಂಬ್ರಿಯೋ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗ್ತವೆ. ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ಲೀವೇಜ್ದಾಗ ಐತದ. ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ಲೀವೇಜ್ 2 ಸೆಲ್ ಆಗೋ ಬದಲಿ ಒಮ್ಮೆ 4 ಸೆಲ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಡ್ತವೆ. some hormonal influence or some conditions, due to some conditions. ಓಕೆ, ಅದು ಸಡನ್ ಆಗಿ ಡಬಲ್ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈ ಹಾಕೊಂತ ಹೋಗಿ ಸಡನ್ ಆಗಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಒಂದೇ ಝೈಗೋಟ್ದಿಂದ 2 ಟ್ವಿನ್ಸು ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗ್ತವೆ. ಐ ಹೋಪ್ ನೌ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಟು ಯು. ಓಕೆ, ಎಸ್ ಎಸ್ ಟೆಲ್ ಮೀ, is that clear to you? All the concept what we discussed now clear to you? Okay, thank you. Thank you. It's a time now. I have to leave the class. Wonderful support, wonderful participation by you people. Okay, I hope this video will be available offline also after the finishing of this one. Okay, you can go and re-watch this video, as well as you can share this video to your other friends. Okay, thank you very much for wonderful participation. Okay, how these embryos are separated? Okay, see when they reach the morula stage, and after that when they become into blastocyst, 2 tropoblasts will form around those 2. Okay, instead of becoming only 1 blastocyst, they become into 2 blastocysts and two tropoblasts Yes. Sorry for the disturbance. In there is a call. That's why it happens. ಎರಡು ಟ್ರೋಪೋಬ್ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಕೈತೆ ರೀ. ಆ ಎರಡು ಟ್ರೋಪೋಬ್ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇನ್ನರ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಇದ್ದದ್ದು ಎರಡು ಸಪ್ರೇಟ್ ಎಂಬ್ರಿಯೋ ಆಕೈತೆ. That's how they become into two separate embryo. Okay. Sometimes after the birth they may get fused. Some body parts may get fused. Head may get fused. Even the shoulder may get fused. In such condition is called Siamese. Such baby condition in which the embryos are fused or the bodies are fused, such baby conditions are called Siamese anta ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಓಕೆ. H2 ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಫಿಲ್ಮ್ ಐತಿ, ಅಥವಾ ನೀವು ಸಯಾಮಿ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನೀವು ನೋಡಿದಿರಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೋತೇನೆ. ಓಕೆ. ಎಸ್, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ವಂಡರ್ಫುಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ವೆರಿ ಮಚ್ for such wonderful participation. Now I am going to stop this session because I had a next class. So thank you very much. Thank you for your participation. Okay.